Right.
but I mean, I was like, this. Hopefully, they will look at this and realize, oh, because we started, like we started hearing that like a quarter into it, we just had our best quarter with everybody working from home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, do the math, dude. You don't have to
Yeah.
spend all those millions of dollars on overhead.
I mean,
Get rid of your office.
They got the rent on the office. They're locked in. They're like, well, we gotta use it.
Yeah.
on the downside, it did probably, well, maybe not so much downside. It did probably also, I think it probably did it even put it even another nail in the coffin. That is the movie theater industry, pretty much at this point.
I mean, it did. Well, here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame COVID solely for that, because
Right.
yeah. I mean, like everything closed down, including the movie theaters for a little while. People didn't go to the movie. But here's the thing: when they started putting movies in there that people wanted to see, people went.
Oh sure. Oh yeah. That's right.
Like
That was a great opening.
I went and saw. Let me see. The first thing I saw when COVID was still ongoing, was in its later stages, quote unquote, nod, nod, wink, wink, was Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I went and saw that, and that was actually a pretty healthy crowd. You had some people in there wearing masks and whatnot. You had other people like me who were like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going. I'm going to see a movie.
Yeah.
And that thing did bank.
Yeah.
I mean, it proved that people were willing to go seek shit, so long as it didn't suck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did they listen?
Huh?
No. Did they learn the lesson?
No.
No. Because if anything, these guys probably thought, oh well, streaming service is where it's at, and then it's just like they probably, and I think they've just doubled down on it since then. But yeah.
And it's just, I mean, I like the streaming stuff, but I mean, I wasn't going to go see Spider-Man No Way Home on a streaming service. I was going to go see it in the movie theater and freak out like everybody else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As is my right as a Spider-Man fan, God damn it.
That's right. Right. See. Oh, speaking of movies, there was something I was
we're live now, by the way. Just FYI.
Oh, we are.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Oops.
Oh well, I'll save it for the next. I'll save it for. No, but the thing. It's more of it's not really as much of a spoiler thing, because basically what I came across was, and this is for anybody who's, I mean, I don't know if you guys, I know, you guys, I mean, how big of a Star Wars fan you guys are, but I know you are.
I used to be a big one.
Yeah. Well, I came across something that there's a series of books called William Shakespeare's Star Wars. And basically what the guy
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it's weird. It's a little, you're thinking, okay, this is odd. So what this guy did was he took all the scripts from all 9 different Star Wars movies and wrote them in iambic pentameter and threw in a couple of Shakespearean lines as well. So
I could see the Luke and Vader being pretty Shakespearean, actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I did the original trilogy version of this, like I read through those, and I'm like, okay, some of it is a hoot, and someone's like, okay, yeah, I can see where this guy's going with it, because, I mean, but it's weird because he does the iambic pentameter and everything, including R2-D2's beeps and whistles.
Okay.
And Chewbacca's growls, which is like, oh.
Whirl.
Yeah. It's and there's yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Yoda, he did an afterward thing. He says, well, Yoda, kind of the way he speaks, it's already kind of similar to iambic pentameter. So he wrote it as haikus.
Yoda does have his own kind of beat happening.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I mean, but there's parts of it there's parts of it they're just like absolutely. I mean, if you're really into that sort of thing, it's absolutely hilarious. And then there's other parts of it, like, it's like, but like, oh, okay, so you kind of think, it kind of somehow kind of fits. So now, granted, I don't know what the other. Granted, it was just the original trilogy versions of it. I don't know what the other ones are like. Like, I know how he like, because apparently he also wrote the sequel trilogies versions of this as well. Like, and it like you can call it the Force doth awaken.
Oh, good God!
And
Why would you waste all that
and
time on the sequel trilogy?
I know that's what I mean. I don't know what's
They're
gonna.
fix it.
I don't know how that's gonna read. How that would read. Even if you wrote it in Shakespearean iambic pentameter, would that really improve the script? I don't, especially
No.
the last, especially the Last Jedi. I don't know, but
Ugh.
it's like, but no, I mean
Gross.
it's a hoot, especially if you find the audio versions of them, which is like they got like a whole acting troupe to actually act out this stuff.
That'd be
That's
kind of
like
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's actually kind of neat. So
I was telling you,
have,
I'm telling you guys, I was looking through the Star Wars RPG books last night, and boy, I'm really hoping some of y'all like wind up playing like Wookiees or Jawas or Ewok, something like you can't understand.
right?
I'm really keen to see how y'all like figure that out. If somebody does,
Mm.
I'm anticipating all of
Oh,
y'all either being, humans or Twi'leks or something.
Or speaking like what is it, Rodanian or
Rodian.
Rodinian?
Rodian.
Like with a that's short on or like that kind of thing.
Or as my friend Steve Polito used to say, because he used to say like Guido, or Greedo used to talk like a pimp around
Yeah.
Mos Eisley. He'd be like, "Uda Buddha Holmes."
Real quick, I've only seen the movies. Is the Empire being basically all humans on purpose?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they're
I
racist.
thought it, I did notice it, but I never really remember them explicitly saying like they don't like aliens or anything like that.
They
so I was
would they would use aliens. For example, like remember when they gather all the bounty hunters? They didn't care about if you were a bounty hunting alien or not. They'd use you as a specialist.
they'll bring you in on a 1099, but not.
Same things with if you go into like with the Inquisitors, because there's definitely humanoid aliens.
Oh yeah,
there,
and
right?
same thing with the
Yeah.
Sith.
With his, a
Yeah.
limited job,
Yeah.
Job market. So, like,
Right. Well, it's interesting because if you read the original, if you read the Thrawn trilogy, like by the original novels, not the one of the remake
not
stuff that
human.
they did.
He's a blue
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So they did like a weird. They did kind of address. They actually call attention to that, and when it comes to Grand Admiral Thrawn,
Yeah.
and they mentioned the fact that it was kind of unusual for a non-human like himself to rise to the ranks of that and become like in the imperial, in the imperial like in the empire like that, become an admiral like that, because normally it's just like, oh, that's rare for a non-human to reach that rank kind of thing, because there's kind of implied like, oh, only in the imperial military that's like, no, if you're an alien you can kind of, that's not, they kind of,
More the exception than the rule, I'd say.
yeah, they kind of there is kind of a kind of implied xenophobia in the imperial military a little bit.
I remember that being a thing, but like, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's
not
hard to
gonna say,
have
like,
believable
that's
fascists
but,
without them being racist as well.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. It's a
I just wasn't expecting them to aim for all the buttons, but there you go. There's your there's your bingo board. But
Yeah. And of course they've got to be British. They can't be it's like because every single imperial air officer always has a British accent.
They were until the sequel trilogy.
Well,
true. Yeah.
Apologize in advance then, because I want to play an ex-imperial guy, and like not like I saw them for what they really were, more like I got dishonorably discharged or something, or like medically discharged, and like, well, okay, I still need to afford to live, so I'm just gonna do something else.
Yeah, for some people it was just a way of life. It was just a job.
Yeah, so that means I'm just gotta be humming. So cool, I'll make it work.
I mean, you don't have to.
That's fair. Maybe I'm non-humming, and then I got taken out by
The industry discriminates,
There you go.
Passed over for one too many promotions, and you're like, you know what? I'm out.
There you go. Get me out of there.
Or just be a gonk droid.
I could be a gonk droid. Why am I even like questioning it? Can I have a gun on the Gaunt Droid?
Our number one super fan just texted me and it's like, all I see is the title card. I don't actually see any
Yeah.
maps or anything, and I'm like, well, we haven't actually.
We're talking shit right now, so
Yeah, we haven't actually started playing anything yet, super fan.
Mhm.
Working as intended.
I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to. Trying to not kill my players for my Thursday game. I have a big.
But scare them.
Well,
yes, I want
typically,
to
you don't want to
lose
kill
them.
anyone.
Well,
You want to
yeah.
kill their characters. That'd be a
Yes,
good
I wanna
place to
kill the
start.
characters.
Mhm.
Well, I don't want to kill all the characters, but like I realized, like, wow, this Archmage lady is CR24 from what the encounter thing says, and she can cast shape change, so she can just turn into like a super dragon, like, and then when they got through that, then they still just gotta fight her. I'm like, okay.
What are the stats for Super Dragon? I don't. What book is that in? I don't recall.
I like
Oh.
Causal Draft from the Flea Mortals.
Is that like Shaft, but a dragon?
Probably. I don't know what Shaft is.
You don't know what Shaft is?
What do you wait?
Do you mean Shaft?
What?
Shaft.
No,
Back
no,
in the day.
no, Shaft.
Shav?
Shaft. John
I have
Shaft.
no idea what Shaft is.
But I'm talking about
Black-
Shaft.
Black-
and we
I
can
know
get-
that reference.
Blaxploitation private eye.
Yeah,
Well, that's accurate. Yeah.
it was a black exploitation movie back in the 70s. Shaft was like a police detective, and he was like super cool.
Shaft.
Mm,
And he had his own theme song, and it was awesome.
yep.
The mob wanted Harlem back.
Even
They
won
got
an
Shaft
Oscar for that
up
theme
the
song.
ear.
Yeah, it did. It won an Oscar for the song.
That's pretty cool.
So it's
Yep.
from the 70s, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Reminder to fact, we're born in the 90s.
Yeah, we youngins.
Yeah,
folks.
but I
They
I
did
at
a
least
remake
felt
of
the
it, though.
cultural echoes growing up.
They
You know.
did do a remake. Maybe
They-
I'm just not nearly as
with-
cultured.
Well, because the remake had, Samuel L. Jackson
I mean,
playing.
I
I,
was-
think it was the nephew of Shaft, of the
Yeah.
original Shaft, or a grandson of him, or
Yeah.
something. But
Yeah, he was like a,
Shaft
he was like a
two.
nephew. Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
I'm
now
gonna-
I was born in 72, but I know stuff that happened in like the 30s and 40s and 20s, and
Mm.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I gotta expand on my Shaft knowledge.
Cool. We don't know Shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to
I-
learn
I-
y'all some
I-
Shaft.
I knew the banana.
There's been 3 movies. There was a Shaft in 1971. There was a Shaft in 2000. And a Shaft in 2019.
Shaft goes to Africa, and Shaft's big score.
Shaft. Any questions? Still the man.
But we're talking about Shaft.
We
We dig it.
Who one called?
Shaft.
They didn't get creative.
We're on Shaft 3, and no one's trying to keep track.
No.
All right. Well,
All right.
with all that out of the way, Lockwood, have you picked
Mhm.
your 2 Ranger spells yet?
Yeah, I'm looking. I think I'm going to take Speak with Animals, and I can't decide between Jump or Long Strike.
You don't. You
Well,
don't.
They're both
Is it
equally not
the
good, so
new
just
jump
flip
or
a
the
coin.
old jump?
They're very situational.
Well, new jump is different. New jump is you sacrifice 10 feet of movement and jump 30 feet.
You
So
know what?
it's
There's a
kind of
spell
like
that might not
extra
be in the
little-
book.
It's not a dash, but it's a little hop skip.
There's also a newer spell that's really good called Zephyr Strike.
Yeah, Zephyr Strike's really good. I keep forgetting that Expeditious Retreat is
I don't-
not a regular
Okay,
spell.
we're not using new spells.
Yeah,
Well, that's
so
not
sad.
new.
I
It's
think-
from Xanathar's.
No. I'm just saying, as you know, while we're all talking about spell stuff, we're not going to be using any new or anything that's like reworked from the
Okay,
2024
okay,
rules.
That's what I was curious about.
No.
All right, cool. I wasn't
I think-
planning on changing anything, but I know that jump changed.
The only thing
Right.
we're changing is that we're using this version of the Ranger just because Lockwood wanted to go Ranger, so he's going to be kind of our guinea pig.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would highly recommend Zephyr Strike. It's a bonus action, gives you a speed boost, and gives you a little bit extra damage on your next attack.
I don't see. Okay, I didn't see.
Because
that on
that's
the-
what you need more of, Lockwood. Damage.
What's the
I
number?
didn't see that on the list of that. Bird
It,
gave me.
it's a Xanathar's spell. Those often get forgotten. Basically, it's from a
New
book called
hotness.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Not the newest hotness.
Yes, it's a 2016 hotness.
If you look in our compendium in Roll20, it's in there.
Yeah, I'm looking
It's
at
real
it.
good. Like honestly, that's a pretty good one. And then if you want to take, what are some other heavy hitters for Rangers? Ensnaring Strike. That's a bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action, and then your next attack will restrain them, which gives advantage on all attacks.
I just hear Zephyr Strike and I think of my dog's best friend who's a dog.
Yes, we have a dog in our.
Your
company,
dog's best
like,
friend, who is also a dog.
Well, she has like 4 best friends. If we ask her, she would tell us about all of them at the same time.
I appreciate the clarity, that pointing out that
Just
best
in case
friend
we
is
have
also
Zephyr
a
in the
dog.
chat, I don't want him getting, or if we have Kiffy or Goose or all the other dogs in the chat.
She was Levi, but Levi does not like her.
Levi,
All right,
Levi is her best friend. He does not agree.
What were you saying, Lockwood?
I'll take Zephyr Strike and speak with animals.
All right.
Awesome.
Do you know how
With
to
those
add
two
those?
plus Hunter's Mark, you're a proper ranger now.
Do you know how to add those onto your sheet?
Yeah.
You can just drag and drop them. They should move over with no problem. You just click on your spells tab, and then you should be able to like look them up and then drag and drop them. I'm watching you do it and judging you. I'm trusting. I'm trusting,
because-
but verifying.
Well, because I always pull up my character sheet and then make it a separate window and put it on
I
my
do
other
the same
screen.
thing. Yep. So then you have
So
to
I
close
just had
it,
to
you have to
close it.
reopen
Yep.
it, and then.
Mhm.
And I feel your pain, my man. I always have it on my second screen, off to the left.
So number one fan, because the boys are talking about adding spells and stuff. We finally got Libra her Halloween costume.
Why did that?
It's Halloween is 3 days after her birthday.
How exciting!
And she's gonna be a pumpkin, and it's puffy. And it's so cute.
That is the obligatory first Halloween costume.
A
It's
pumpkin.
my
A pumpkin.
family.
How does she handle costumes and such?
She
She
loves
fucking
them.
loves those shits.
She
Oh,
gets
wow.
excited when she gets like a dress put on and a little hat.
She fucking loves it.
That's funny.
She gets huffy when we take them off.
The
A
hat
dog with a
usually
sense
can
of
last
style.
about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yes.
Enough for pictures, but
Enough
like
for photos. But the dresses, she doesn't want to take them off. It was like 95 degrees one day, and she was wearing a thin dress, and everyone was like, she looks hot. And Lyra was like, no, don't take it off. Don't take it.
come on.
Fine.
Lockwood, you
Alright.
can put a red dot by Speak with Animals because I think you've always got Hunter's Mark prepared.
Okay.
All right.
She is such a precious baby.
So Lockwood has picked his spells now. So whose turn is it to do the recap?
It's teas in the kitchen. Happy pumpkin spice season, y'all.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, because last week was your turn, and we didn't do anything last week.
Oh yes, I weaseled out of it. Alright, let me see weaseling I could do.
Right, Kelsey's on the case. You're not getting out that easy.
Good job, Kelsey.
I don't think we did much. Yeah, it was just some fighting. So
It's just some fun.
Wow.
last time we left off was a harrowing combat. We were delving deeper into the
You guys fought a giant water elemental,
yes, a giant water elemental and a bunch of Umber Hulks.
and then you fought 3 Umber Hulks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And
Only-
a partridge in a pear tree.
Only because you guys rolled over the giant elemental that I thought you'd have more of an issue.
I
with.
think it did 0 damage.
Yeah, I don't.
It missed Brynjar twice, and then we collapsed on it, and it disappeared.
We
You-
had a lot of
Right.
turns.
You might say it was underwhelming.
Ah.
Get it? Because that's their actual like big attack. Never mind. I'll
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week. Tip your waitress.
I'm sorry, my snare drum's at the shop, George. Otherwise, I'll give you
You're-
Let's see. What else? What
You're
were
a
some
dirty
highlights?
liar.
it was a tough fight because we had some issues with positioning. We couldn't get the best swingers into their flanking positions, and I couldn't fireball because I'd hit everybody. And unfortunately, this isn't like last campaign where we had like features where friendly fire isn't really that bad. No, and this time, if I friendly fire, it's not gonna tickle.
Artificer's broken.
Not to mention,
I couldn't get stuff right next to Alex and do anything.
not to mention the Ulperholtz also had those like the what was it, the madness
days,
glare or
I
glare
think.
of madness or what? Yeah.
The days.
Well, this was a particularly tough fight. These tunnels, where it usually blocks stuff off, means as long as we weren't being badly placed, like we could still hit stuff and everything like that. But it was still tough to get stuff done. So, but we got through it regardless. It's a not a bad fight. I say we just make sure to be mindful of our positioning, and we'll be carving through this stuff no problem. Taj has a plenty of fireballs left in his wand of fireballs. He's ready to use them.
Let's see. Oh, okay, because we're in a mine, so we're also got to be extra mindful. Yeah.
Yo, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I've been playing conservatively.
So, you guys are gathered right here on the edge of the map, looking down that dark tunnel, and you're starting to notice as you get closer to where that tunnel opens up here, it's starting to narrow and it's starting to go further down into the earth.
Definitely.
Okay.
Maybe find it hitting. Definitely gonna be hitting that aquifer soon. That underwater river.
And I think I was Oh, go ahead. Oh.
I was gonna say is like, so if we're going deeper, like what's the incline like? Like how far? Like is it kind of is it just a gradual going down?
Right
deeper,
now, it's
or
just
is it kind of
gradual.
Okay.
You can tell, like if you were to start walking, you would tell you're walking downhill, and then you don't know, it might get gradually steeper.
There's a water slide at the bottom.
Dave, you should use your stone cutting on this.
Well, I think I oughta. I mean, it's like depending on how, because I mean, let's tell how old are these caverns here, Mr. DM?
Give me a history check.
All right, let's see.
You get advantage because you're a dwarf.
Here's
Dwarf it up.
Yep.
These caverns are old AF.
Oh,
things are very old.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Sounds good to me. It's like, all right.
Very, very old, and they haven't been mined in probably hundreds of years.
Okay. Is there any kind of sign of light at the end of this tunnel besides where we're at all? Like anything that's looking like that maybe we're getting close to, like anything like off in the distance, like maybe there's something.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. We'll do this at normal. Let's see. Take a look. 13.
So as you stare ahead of you, you see a growing inky blackness. However, beneath your feet, you, Wormkiller Dave, you, who are used to rock, who comes from a people of rock. Not literally, but you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You can feel the water underneath these caves.
Oh. So
his stone
and how far? How would there be an idea like how far? Like a feeling the water there, like how far would that aquifer be? Like what is like a very? It would be not take much for for the water to burst out of this rock or anything? Or
with a 13, hard to say. Hard to say, Wormkiller Dave. Hard to say.
Okay. Let's see. He says
Furs going to be enormous, I believe. I mean, like, there's maps on the of the U.S. and it's basically like state size.
Knowing what you know of stone,
Yes.
And of nature's most wondrous gift, hard rock.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know a lot about the water in the stone. That's a different thing.
You would think that most likely, unless there's a specific way to get down to the aquifers, there's probably large caverns that work as cisterns deeper down.
Oh. Okay.
Almost like, underground lakes in a way.
Okay. So Wormkiller Day's like, come on, he says, sure. He just like turns to Taj. He says, so you mentioned that thing that was basically close to like what involving what was the thing you said? It was something about a kraken that you think maybe was what the thing was?
It's a kraken or it's an aboleth. We're hoping.
Aye.
It's an
That
aboleth.
yeah. Do both well. I will say this: if we are getting closer to something that maybe constitutes a large, strange as it may be, even though the place full of sand and whatnot. There is water. There is definitely more water down here than it was where we just came from.
Definitely approaching that. If it really is true that there is like an underground lake and all that, uh, probably gonna be hitting it soon.
Oh no, there's
Well, I don't know if
there's no ifs and ands about it. I can tell. There's definitely something, possibly lake, maybe larger down here.
So we
there's
ready for this
definitely-
then?
If there's
Yeah.
a lake that big, there's a chance that there's something big enough to live in it in there.
Not to mention, this thing might have its own cultists. We could be in for a bigger fight.
Listen, if we run into cultists,
Kill them.
yeah, I don't know if there's really much we can do about them. If they are you know, unless they were grabbed recently, they've probably been charmed for an extended period of time. That'll take a lifetime to fix.
Now, I'm not, they've made their choice as far as I'm concerned, if it's us or them. I just want to make sure we're ready for this. We've been in a couple fights already, nothing too bad, but, it's do or die now.
Can I make have we made Arcana checks based on what aboleths can do?
You've made many arcane check or Arcana checks based on and history checks too, based on what you may or may not know. And I've given you a lot of info in previous sessions. It's how you were able to figure out, oh, this might be an aboleth, although you weren't sure if it was an aboleth or a kraken.
I'm mostly related to like, do we know what an aboleth is capable of? I don't know if we made a roll on that.
I think we've established that you do know that like they can affect people and change them and turn them into basically slaves, thralls. Yeah. Sorry,
They can mess with people's minds too.
I don't want to get dinged by Twitch.
You'll get dinged by the Camarilla.
Yeah.
I think we call them prisoners with jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you because I think you guys have talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, God. So yeah, if they are affected by, if it's an aboleth and they are affected by the aboleth's mucus, I think,
Ew.
lime, whatever, that transforms them and all that, I wouldn't show mercy until they're begging for it. Just put them out of their misery.
All right. Pretty good score.
Let's do it.
All right. So you're moving on ahead. The cavern that you're moving through, like I said earlier, it's it's going down. You're on an incline, and then it starts to get gradually steeper. The rock on the walls, as you're going through this cavern, begins to grow more moist.
Ew.
And every now and then, you find crude pictographs depicted on the wall. Crafted perhaps in blood or viscera. Either way, it's not good stuff. But it shows the aboleth exerting influence over humanoids, different types of humanoids. And then the humanoids gradually change to where they're no longer humanoid, but they appear to be some kind of kind of translucent fatty octopi.
Ah.
Ew.
Yeah, kind of a blubbery sea fat.
I see.
With
Well,
a gray mottled skin.
As we're seeing the pictographs and all that, I'm gonna stop and point at the depiction of a creature with 3 eyes going like vertically. Like, wait, there. That's an aboleth. That's not a kraken thing. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's
Well,
definitely an aboleth.
explain to me how that's good exactly. Because the
Okay,
way you've just been
not a
describing these
kraken,
things,
as in it's not going to eat ships and all that.
Yeah, Kraken's
It's probably
tougher.
still the size of a, it's probably still the size of an elephant or bigger.
well, no offense, laddie, but um, but I think I'd rather be tangling with something that probably, like, based on the way you described it, this aboleth thing, I'd rather be tangling with something that maybe messes with ships and rather mess with my head.
Well, here, take this, take it on this side then. If we were fighting a kraken can probably give Azuramos a real solid look. An aboleth without his cult, I'm not sure. I'm just thankful that we got that. So we got to be careful then about his domination. Okay.
As you continue to descend into these caverns, you see more of that crude, gruesome pictograph art that you're not really sure. It looks like it shows the creature, whatever it is, and be it an aboleth or a kraken, undergoing some sort of metamorphosis. And everyone give me an intelligence check, or whoever wants to give me just a basic
Okay.
intelligence check can.
Oh, not a save. Hold on, not a save. Wait a minute.
Yeah, just a raw intelligence check. All right. So, Taj, what you gather from these pictographs is that, yes, this was an aboleth, Noroko. This creature that was called Noroko is or was an aboleth, but at some point, it appears to have died and became more than it was.
That's interesting.
Or maybe not necessarily died, but definitely transformed somehow.
It's so at this point he's gonna kind of point towards the mess of I guess tentacles and flesh and all that such depicted. Says, okay, it's not necessarily an aboleth, or it might not be anymore. There was some kind of like mourning period or celebration, and it started shifting somehow. I wonder if
Oh, you mean it got worse?
Great.
Yeah, it probably got worse.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Wonderful.
These depictions aren't going into much detail at the moment.
You do see more art, Taj, that seems to depict sacrifices being offered to Noroko.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than them bringing the sacrifices down to Noroko, they bring him into sort of near Noroko, and then you see tentacles descending out of what look like, for lack of a better term, portals over the sacrificial victims and snatching them up and pulling them through these portals.
Portals too. This is definitely a powerful creature. You don't just make portals like that to snatch your victims.
It's almost like
Alright.
the party was going to be too strong for just a regular aboleth, and I had to pull some jackassery. Yay!
We
So
can
does this change
appreciate
anything for us?
jackassery.
Great storytelling.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we don't
This
have
art's
to
grisly, but what is it?
worry.
Does it change anything? We still got to get down there and kill this thing.
No, it doesn't change anything. It just it gives a better perspective.
Hi. It means that we're going to be facing something a lot worse than what you just described.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our worst case
Uh-huh.
scenario.
Whatever. Let's just hope it can still die.
Well, if it can die and come back, then there's a chance it could die again.
Well, I'll see to that. Don't worry.
And that's funny because he's only got one eye.
Yep.
Ever-
Well, I have to.
Remember,
Just the other one doesn't work so well.
the
Brit-
end goal. If the chips are down, we just need the chains.
Brynjar, you're suddenly glad you didn't bring Bert.
Right.
Speaking of chains, you see more art, Taj, on the wall that shows another depiction of this Noroko
Mhm.
in its transmogrified form, which looks like what you've read of an aboleth, but more of a cosmic horror, really. Doesn't really necessarily look like something from the sea so much as something from beyond space and time.
Good.
But you see it sitting in what appears to be a pool. And so, there's like, it looks like it's like there's cavern and then there's like a deep depression. And this thing is sort of like layered up in this depression. And then at the very bottom of this depression, you see a large golden chain.
Okay. When
So
we're
that's
hunting
pay dirt for us.
around, we should be looking for this deep hole or depression where you can step down into. The chains are going to be there.
Well-
Remember, worst case scenario, we just need the chains and we just need out.
Yeah. If things start to, turn, I'll make a run for the chains, and then we'll bolt. Yeah.
And we'll hold them off till you get back.
So, Worm Killer Dave,
Yes.
you feel the rush of water growing now through this cavern.
Mhm.
Through the you can sense the the water flowing through the rock below where you
Mhm.
are, but you
Yeah.
don't hear any water.
Oh.
You
Okay.
know you're close to a water source, but you don't smell or hear any water. It is still damp
Mhm.
down here, but you don't hear anything.
Okay. Um. So he's going to stop for a moment and actually going to be like kind of kneel a little bit on the ground and kind of place his hand on like on the ground a little bit, so he can kind of like and probably in probably at the very it's probably pretty moist right there. And would he have some idea like how much farther based on I mean obviously it's pretty, so the water, he can tell the water's still, but how much more that they're gonna how much so it's probably not gonna be it's probably not how much further in other
You
words
would guess
that
that the water that you're feeling is maybe 150, 200 feet below you.
Oh, okay, all right, so we don't have much farther to go then. If we keep going down this way, it's pretty close. Okay, and he's gonna go, hey, oh, I just want to let you know, I want to let you folks know, we're pretty close now to I think where we need to be going.
You
There's
want us
only
to
about
scout ahead then?
yeah, just be careful. You're just going, make sure you bring your. I mean, you're not a swim lad.
I've swum once or twice.
Okay. You'll definitely find. Well, you definitely need to be practicing when you get about 200 feet or so farther down.
If we have to fight this
'Cause,
thing in the water, we should probably, I don't know, reconsider our options. Fighting underwater is
uh,
tough.
hmm,
Let's hope
well,
it's just
hopefully
by the
there's
shore.
hopefully there's a shore. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Anyway,
as soon as you see if you see anything that looks like a lake, just whistle and we'll come and or
let's
or
not give it
maybe
away.
not.
I'll just head back once I see something
Yeah,
interesting, yeah?
yes, of course. Yeah.
So,
Alright. I'm going to creep ahead a little bit.
all right. Are you trying to use stealth?
Yes, please.
All right. Give me a stealth check. Oh,
28.
you guys watch as Morgan
Ooh.
fades from sight. Um,
Mhm.
you can hear him stepping ahead, but there's very soft footsteps. Morgan, you move down this cavern. You're about 50, 75, 100 feet, 125 feet down from the rest of them. You hear some chittering up above you along the roof of this cavern as you're moving through it.
Well, I'll walk up the wall and investigate.
So you walk up the wall and investigate it, and you see dozens of giant spiders. These spiders are the size of a horse,
Ooh, horse spiders. Alright.
and they
Those
have
aren't too bad.
they have a massive network of webs.
Like horseflies? They're annoying, but not like terrible.
Yeah, horse flies.
No, they're the
With
size
spiders.
of horses. They're large.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah,
All
I'll
right, let
creep
me
back down.
warm up the wand of fireballs.
Yep.
Give me a perception check.
What do I see with my unelf eye? 25.
You start stepping on something hard. Every now and then you feel something snap underneath your feet, but you look down and you see what you would guess are humanoid bones that are hundreds of years old. And they're also covered with web, like perhaps they fell from the webs above.
Interesting. Well, we're not the first guests to pass through here. I'm going to creep on back and tell the party the good news. Yep. I'll keep, unless something prevents me from doing so, I'll head back to the party.
Yeah. So the rest of you guys, I was waiting for him to come back and actually roleplay with y'all.
Yep.
But
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Just want to make sure I didn't skip
Yeah.
something.
but yeah, so Morgan comes back and says, "Oh, hey, bunch of spiders up ahead." Now,
Yeah, you guys aren't going to like this.
now, Morgan, when you looked up, all you saw was spiders. You didn't actually see them moving this way or that. You just saw spiders.
Yep, they're just chilling. They were hanging out on the ceiling. I don't know if they're going to attack us right away, but well, that's what we have to figure out now. Do we want to just preemptive strike, hit them with everything we got, or if we can creep by without, fighting them?
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
shouldn't be a problem. We can yeah. I mean, we can sneak. I think we can be able to sneak by them. If we don't want to disturb them. Here, let me see if I can get one of my screens out. And he starts digging in his bag. He goes, here it is. Um, he takes out some He takes out some mistletoe. Kind of like basically actually ashes basically, and basically kind of rubs it between his hands, and just kind of like mutter some something in dwarvish, throws it up, and he's going to basically cast pass without a trace
Okay.
on basically so that we can improve our stealth checks,
Okay.
and there we go. and he's
Something
concentrating on
tells me
that.
I'm
by
still
the
not
way.
going to make it.
Well, it gives advantage on it gives it gives a +10 bonus to your self checks though. So.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty good spell.
That's
Keep
the
in
good
mind.
news. That's the good news. The bad news, Lockwood, is that you're at a disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor.
Yep. Clang, clang, clang as he
Yeah.
walks down. Keep in mind, there's webs everywhere, a little bit on the floor, along with bones. So watch where you step.
Yep.
Slow and steady.
All right.
All right, so let's get stealth checks from everybody.
Creeping on back.
All right.
I wonder if I could break 40. No, only 33.
So you said I get advantage, right?
No,
Plus 10.
You have disadvantage because you are wearing heavy armor, but you get a +10.
Oh.
Let's see here. Stealth checks.
So you rolled a 19.
with disadvantage from your heavy armor, you still got a 19.
No. Okay.
Okay.
And a 22.
So that gives me a 22.
I think Pyre also has heavy armor, right?
Did it automatically roll y'all a disadvantage because of the heavy armor?
Negative.
I think so. Yeah, it does.
Oh,
I should have done pass without trace. No, I'm dumb.
We already did.
Oh, we did. Oh, good.
Yeah,
I
Dave
already
just did.
did. Yeah.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what Pyre got.
It didn't.
That's-
2.
That's
That's
initiative.
initiative.
That's initiative.
Yeah. That's initiative.
Oh, sorry, press the run.
That's pretty far off, but it's all right.
I'm anticipating us not getting through here quickly.
You never know.
Bottom.
Keep in mind, everyone's at a +10. You're the lowest right now with a 19.
Oh yeah, Pyre also has heavy armor. That's right. So
22.
she gets a 22.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys are pretty proud of your ability, along with Worm Killer Dave's spell, to not make a lot of noise as you're going through this cavern. About 150 feet down, you start to see what Morgan was talking about, and you look up and you see these massive, giant spiders all along the upper cavern, and they're so big and hairy.
You did not. I don't know if you meant to change it on what we're seeing, but we're still in the other cavern.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
I don't have art for this.
Got that.
Okay.
And it looks like it goes on for about 80 feet down this cavern, where there's these giant spiders, webs all along sort of the roof of this natural cavern. In some places down the walls, onto the floor, and you start to see all those bones, all those humanoid bones as well.
All right.
What would you like to do?
Keep going and avoid the boat.
Yeah, let's hope we can get around their nest.
All right. Let's get another round of stealth checks, I think, since we're going down 80 more feet of cavern.
All right.
Again.
Remember, disadvantage.
+10. Plus 10 on the on the stealth.
Yes, disadvantage, but also +10.
So I only rolled a 33.
Yep.
My
Okay.
does not have disadvantage on stealth.
So that's a 20.
And we'll have
Morgan is so stealthy that we have lost track of him.
we'll have Pyre we'll have Pyre do it one more time as well. Oh, okay.
11.
Gotta fight spiders now.
Oh.
So as you guys are moving down this corridor, this cavern, Pyre, at one point your foot kind of your armored foot kind of hits like a little depression in the natural rock floor, and you fall over, and you make a shit ton of noise, and it echoes all up and down this tunnel.
Oh no.
It's all right. I don't think spiders hunt with their ears. Just carefully get up.
Yes, Pyre, what would you like to do?
Get up, but I'm gonna slowly get up, carefully get up, but look to see if the spiders are moving.
The spiders haven't moved.
I'm getting up, slowly but gently.
All right.
It's all right. Just avoid the webs. That's how they hunt, right?
Keep please.
Slow and steady. It's all good. Nothing happened.
Morgan, give me a perception check. Ooh.
I rolled as low as I possibly can with a 17.
So, Morgan, you notice, because you find it kind of curious, you're like, why aren't these spiders moving? You know, even if you guys weren't making a lot of noise, it feels like, you know, you're in their lair. These spiders should be moving. As you look up at the spider on the ceiling that's closest to you, you start to see little beetles moving in and out of the spider's body.
Hold up, guys. This is probably a mistake, but I'm going to get a closer look. Yeah, Morgan's going to creep up the wall, and I want to get a closer look at one of these bad boys.
So as you get closer to the one you were just looking at, you see now that, yeah, there are, in fact, dozens and hundreds of beetles moving in and out of this spider's body. The spider is not alive. None of these spiders are alive.
Huh. What would be the check to know, like, that spider's molt? And just try and see if this is a molt or if this is just a dead spider.
I would say nature.
Oh, good. I'm terrible at that. Never mind.
Hey.
I'm a fucking expert. I'm David Attenborough.
So you don't get that this is molt or shed skin or anything like that. These are literally like just dead husks.
That's gross.
Also, although it's hard to ascribe emotion to a face, you know, with like an unmoving face with 8 eyes, all of the spider's eyes are wide open, almost like they're in terror.
So whatever killed these things scared even these beasts. All right, Morgan will a little less cautiously creep back down, and he'll say, "False alarm, gang. Looks like these things are long dead."
All right.
They're basically full of carrion beetles. I don't know what killed them, but let's hope it doesn't happen to us. We don't have to be as quiet from here.
Agreed. It was a good
With
call
all
to
due
do the
respect,
passive trace.
well, with all due respect, I think we.
With all due
Yeah,
respect,
with all due respect,
hang
I
on.
think
Yeah. Let Taj finish his thought.
It was still a good idea to do the passed out trace. Let's make sure we don't waste it.
That's
we got
what I
lucky
was
this time.
going to say.
All right, who is going on ahead?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Morgan will still keep scouting ahead a little bit, ahead of everyone else.
Brynjar will follow.
All right, Brynjar, you follow Morgan. The two of you head further up ahead. Go ahead. Worm killer?
No, just go ahead. Nope, I'm okay.
Okay. Eventually, Morgan and Brynjar, y'all come to what looks to be a massive double door carved into the rock. And on the door, sort of in the middle on the door, to where the doors open out in the middle of this carving, on the door is carved a long cylindrical object.
It's a dick.
With
It's a
with many tentacles coming out of it on the end.
Oh.
And from where its eyes are, you see little squiggly lines coming off of its head.
I bet you a platinum that this is the monster we're looking for.
Yeah.
I hate it. I already hate it. Well, Last chance to not do this.
Well, do any of you have a key?
If this door can be opened, I can get it open. All right.
Oh,
Have a little faith.
Well, I'm just saying that looked like he pointed at that what's it called, that cylinder thing, like that looks. I mean, I assume that's a keyhole in there.
There's no keyhole.
Oh, okay. What he's okay. Oh,
There's just two double doors. Now there's handles that will open the doors up, but you've got that central carving that sort of split where the doors would open up.
Right.
Huh.
More like a bas relief, really.
Oh, okay.
If you know your ancient
art terms, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's well made, still horrifying. All right, let me make sure this thing's safe. I would like to check for traps.
All right. What specifically are you looking for here, do you think?
To see if opening the door will set off any kind of either mechanical trigger or any kind of like magical rune that I can see.
Give me an investigation check.
Only 15. I rolled a 4.
You don't see anything that looks like runes or anything that looks like it may be some kind of tripwire or lever or anything like that. Just looks like a couple of large doors.
All right, quick once over. Doesn't look that bad to me. I don't see any tripwires, pressure plates. No kind of writing or scrollings I can make out. Let's try and we can knock, or we can just try to go in.
Remember, this hasn't been used in hundreds of years. I don't know if they're really watching the door at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. Should we stand here and take in the dramatic tension for a moment, or should we go in?
Well, I guess we should go in. And
I'm good. I'm ready.
So we want to try and stealthily enter? Like, what's or are we just gonna kick the door open? Like,
Well, I think we have to pull it if it has a handle, but
because you see Wormkiller Dave try to push on the door a little bit. He's like,
Wormkiller Dave, literally that Far Side cartoon.
Yeah. All right, this is a pretty heavy door. Why don't Dave, you help Brynjar on that side? Taj, Pyre, you help me grab this one.
I'm pretty sure I can pull this thing off the hinges.
All right, well, let's do it together as a group. Team building exercise, okay?
Why we do it slowly? Because we don't know. Because it could be very loud when we pull on this thing.
Okay. So as you go to try to test these doors a little bit, it's not just that they're very heavy, which they are very heavy, but they've probably been in this position for who knows how many hundreds of years.
Hold on, Taj, get the WD-40.
They seem to be quite stuck, and they're going to require a great deal of effort to open. So,
I got just the thing.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
So, we're looking at DC 20 athletics checks on each side of this door. Now, Brynjar?
Yes, sir.
Since Wormkiller Dave is helping you, you will get advantage on this roll. You probably don't need it because of your.
I don't want to be overconfident because the dice. I mean, RNG has a way.
That's true. That's true.
Just dicking me sometimes.
That's true. Yep. That's true. And it doesn't even buy you dinner first. It just has.
Yeah.
And on the other side, Taj and Pyre and Morgan, you will need to decide who's going to roll, who's going to make the athletics check between the three of you, and whoever gets to do it will have advantage.
Well, I've got a +4 in reliable talents. Can anyone beat that?
I got a -1. Pyre, what's your athletics?
My athletics, yes.
3.
Yes.
All right, this is the doughy side. Okay.
Yeah, let's have.
I'll take point on this.
Here, hold on. Can I see like if I see any of the uh I guess mechanism of the door? Can I see hinges or anything like that if I poke my eye into the
You
crevice like that?
don't see hinges.
No hinges, no nothing. Okay.
You would
All right, come on.
you would assume it does have hinges, but you don't see any.
It's
Okay.
well made. If it's an outward door and its hinges are on the inside, it's actually quite clever. All right, we can't let Brynjar and Dave show us up. On 3, heave.
Heave.
Oh my
Nice.
Uh,
All right. So, on both sides of the door, you guys split the party effectively, and you are able to open both sides of the door. It takes a little while. Brynjar, when your door finally moves, for a moment there, you're actually scared that you literally did break it off its hinges. But it finally does pull outward. And as you guys open this chamber, it's very dark inside. And now we'll get a map change.
And we're gonna say, you know, we probably could have just opened one side and all gone in. We didn't have to open both.
work makes the dream work.
So here's actually hang on here. Let's
You don't have dynamic lighting on, right?
no.
Okay, sounds good.
And the only
Ooh, I
reason
like
is
this map.
I work for a living now, and
Yeah.
I just don't have the time anymore.
Yep.
It's cool and all, but no one has time for
It's
that.
alright.
I do like the map, man.
It is a killer map.
That is a nice. That is a
Hopefully
nice
not
looking
killer
map.
for us.
A nice map.
So as you open these doors, a nauseating wall of moist funk
Oh,
hits you all in the face.
My least favorite genre of music.
Moist funk, yes, and it is quite rank. It's like stagnant water plus dead stuff.
Oh, why did we open that?
Moist and clear before. I'm used to desert and fire. What is this?
Man, Morgan will tie his scarf
Water.
around his face. That is
Water
rank.
work.
And as you're all reacting to the nausea, the wave of nausea that you're fighting back because of this smell, inside your heads, it's a different story. Inside your heads, your thoughts are filled of feelings of hopelessness and having a will that is no longer your own and being used to toil half a day, all day, for weeks, months, years, decades on end, with little to no rest, with barely enough subsistence to survive. That's your reality in your head. Just nothing but pain, toil, and servitude.
The others and I'm like, we need to put this poor thing out of its suffering.
Ooh, you guys feel that too, right? That ain't right.
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I feel bad for it.
Oh, that's creepy.
Fate is
And as these thoughts fill your head, you begin to feel what feels like someone, for lack of a better term, this is what it feels like. It feels like somebody opening up their fingers and their palm and spreading it down the front of your head,
You.
like directly onto your brain. Like somebody palming your brain like a basketball almost. It feels like little tentacles working through your skull.
Ah.
Oh yeah, Morgan's gonna close his eyes and just put his hands over his eyes for a second, shake his head like, oh, that is not right.
That's gotta be Noroko.
I did. You know what? I was kind of on the fence about killing this thing before. I've decided.
it's more of a mercy kill at this point.
Yeah, you call it that. That's just not right.
No.
All right. I think it's safe to say surprise is out of the picture.
Oh, yeah.
If this thing can get in our heads, it probably knows we're here. Doesn't know where we are, maybe. So let's be careful. I'm going to creep up. You guys stay a good 10, 15 feet behind, all right?
All right.
And Morgan will go. I'll move up to here.
All right.
Come on, Tart.
So Morgan,
That's me.
as you're walking up, you're starting to notice like little shimmering light coming from above, and then you realize it's not really light that's like coming in from anywhere. It's light that's just coming off of any number of bioluminescent mushrooms and fungi that are covering the walls. But the fungi itself as an organism does not look healthy.
Well, I'm not a biologist. That's gross and nasty, like so many things here. But I'm going to move up.
All right, and you still see the same things.
All right, I'm going to creep around the next corner. Zoop.
You're starting to see more. Well, I'll put it. The chamber that you're moving through was clearly constructed. It's been braced with beams. It's been carved with more care than anything else that you've seen in these caverns. And you do see where plant life is starting to go through. Like see,
Brynjar's checking his Twitter.
yeah, Brynjar is up here looking at social media. He's like, "Oh, I hope Bert's doing good."
He's FaceTiming Bert.
I'm texting it multiple times, being like, "Bring it!"
He's
It's all right.
scrolling.
We don't want to split the party at this point. All right, Morgan will creep up once more. Zoop.
All right, Morgan, you're starting to see light coming from up ahead. You see, as you get here to this little intersection, you do see a little light down here. And well, at least you think it's a light, but then you look down on it because at first you think it's a candle, and then you realize, no, it's some kind of freaky type of mushroom. Do you want to eat the mushroom?
I'm considering,
That's
like,
a siren song.
yep.
Give it a lick.
All right. I
Whoa,
think
whoa. This is a family stream.
I think we're getting close to the main event here.
And as you move up here closer, Morgan, the smell, that smell you smelled earlier is getting more rotten. And you're starting to smell brackish, stagnant water. And it's so humid back here, Morgan. It's so dank and humid. And you feel that same sensation of fingers moving over your brain. Fingers, tentacles, you're not sure which.
All right. So this is it coming up. Looks like there's only one more curve and then opens up into a bigger area. How do we want to walk into this? Brynjar, I see her at the back. It'd be more comfortable if you were up here.
Here, hold on. I'm going to have Tart do a protector run. So everyone
Ooh.
gets 12 temporary hit points.
Ooh, tingly. I like this tingly better than the other one.
It's a good tingle.
All right.
And I will touch Morgan's shoulder. And
Don't touch me.
I'm going to cast Death Ward.
This is a Troman leather. Okay.
Ooh, real fancy.
Very good. What did you
Death ward.
What did you spell? Oh, you did Death Ward?
The Death Ward on.
For the
Morgan.
least deserving member of the party. How
I
about
was about to say, yeah. I mean, no.
boop? Little shield there.
I know.
Ooh,
If
tingly.
you put it on yourself, it might be.
Nah, it's okay. Morgan deserves it much more.
Of course.
Morgan is, after all, the protagonist of
Okay,
life.
if you're gonna be running in there to grab the, like.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
All right.
Morgan, if all goes to shit, Morgan's the one supposed to run in there, grab the chains, and run out. That's why he gets it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I think we should start out strong. Here's what I'm going to propose. You guys move in. I'm going to creep on the ceiling and try and make sure this thing doesn't know I'm there. That way I can support you guys from a distance. Do what I do best, pick them off one at a time, and move in if things get dicey. I can hang out on the ceiling and walls. Makes it harder for them to hit me. What do you guys think?
Get the chains.
Sounds good. And Wormkiller will take out his bow and then knock an arrow in there. Just right behind you, laddie.
All right, Dave, you and Taj, your backline support. Pyre, Brynjar, you guys charge in. I'll creep around and I'll move in close if I have to, and I'll stay back if I have to.
Art?
Don't die.
All right.
And I'm gonna creep up to the ceiling now and Spider-Man my way over. I would like to move stealthily from here.
All right, give me a stealth check.
And I think Path Without Trace is an hour, so I get an additional +10 for 33.
Yes, it should be still. It's still up. Yep.
Morgan's lost in the fungus.
Yeah, Morgan, it is not pleasant, by the way, to touch this this ceiling that you're crawling on.
It's all right. If Peter Parker can do it, so can Morgan. Move up. Morgan will whisper to the rest of the party as he moves up around this last corner here.
All right, Morgan, up ahead, you can see what is a surprisingly well-lit chamber. Although I say it's well-lit, it's got more of those fungal lights in here that are kind of shimmering off of the wetness of the roof and the walls.
Moistness.
Yeah.
The moistness is glistening.
You could just say dampness.
Yes. Yes. The moistness. We could, but I choose not to. The moistness is glistening.
Kind of moist.
Condensation.
The glistening moistness. It sounds like a H.P. Lovecraft story.
Yeah.
That was the year Frederick went to Arkham.
Mm.
That is the year he met the glistening moistness. All right.
Ew.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Yeah, Morgan's gonna skitter up a little bit more.
Very interested to know more.
So Morgan, as you're still on the roof, right?
Ceiling. Yep.
Okay. So as you're crawling on the ceiling, you can see now there's a large stone down in here somewhere. It looked like this at one point. This used to be kind of a long stone walkway, maybe.
I think you're on the gym level.
Oh, I'm
Layer.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You're
This
good.
used to be
Right
like
here, yep.
a long stone walkway that ended with like this area down here, which appears to be an altar. But since then, however, many years it's been since it was used, this has kind of fallen into decrepitude. And you see up ahead, the steps here lead into water. You cannot tell how deep the water is from where you are because it's very dark below you.
Oh. I'm gonna creep around the corner here.
Let's make sure we're slow.
How tall are the ceilings in here? Because I don't want to be too far away from the rest of the party.
The ceilings are about 15 feet up.
Oh, that's not too tall. Yeah. Yeah, Morgan will skitter around.
So Morgan, as you're skittering around, you start to, or you're noticing that, like right here, and in this corner, and over here, there are holes in the ceiling that are about, they look like they're maybe 3.5 feet in diameter. You would guess that they look like some kind of pipes for runoff, maybe.
They look like proper piping or just holes?
They look like holes, but they look like they were set
Purposeful.
up to as some sort of drain.
Okay, so made for drainage. Yeah, I'm gonna keep creeping. Do what I do best. I'm a little creep.
You are.
What the heck is that thing?
I don't know. You got to get it closer to it and see.
Start gentle. It's gonna roll and rumble down the steps.
Right into the water.
So turret splashes down into the water.
Drop off. These are the steps.
And so turret, how tall is turret?
He's probably 2 to 3 feet tall. 3 feet tall, probably. Yeah.
He is submerged.
Oh, yikes!
Oh no, he's gonna drown.
No, I'm just saying he's submerged.
I know. All right, I'll
You were like, "Hey, roll down the steps," and I'm like, "That's not steps." And bloop.
I'll have him wheel over here.
So the rest of you would guess that if you were to get into this water, it would probably be like chest deep.
Ooh,
Goodness.
Morgan's not that tall.
Tart, you're gonna need some precipitations.
Ooh, Morgan's 5'9". That is.
I wanna go in the water.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. We gotta move this plot forward. Fearless.
So Morgan, as you move in to this area, you hear a gurgling noise.
Is that Tart?
No, it's not tart. You
Damn.
hear it coming from those vents that you passed earlier, and coming out of those vents now is hang on here. 4 large creatures.
Oh, goody!
They
know that.
are
Oh, those. I know those tokens.
they are large, and they look like those. You remember we talked about that artwork earlier about the
Yes, translucent humanoids.
translucent sea fatty deposits.
Yes.
Are they moist?
They are very moist, and they end in tentacles. They
Moist and
come
bready.
they come shooting out of the pipe, and this one, hang on here. This one comes out of its pipe and stays attached to the roof.
Oh.
The others drop down onto the ground. Pyre, this thing covers you like a jello mold.
Ew.
And
I'd moved my token, so I'll move it back to where it was.
yeah, Brynjar, you're
Because
covered.
I figured it would. Yeah, I figured it would like move me back, but I guess not.
All right, so let's go ahead and get some initiative because these things don't wish you any goodwill.
Yep.
What? They're not friendly.
I feel like Morgan gets exactly the amount of
Oh,
goodwill he
that-
deserves.
It had Pyre on there twice because remember Pyre rolled initiative earlier.
I mentioned that the finale of the first half of my Thursday campaign included an aboleth and a whole bunch of aboleth spawn.
Oh, did it?
Pretty fun. Some grand comeuppance. I'm actually gonna take a snip of this, saying I'm getting what's due.
Oh no.
Aboleth for all. Hey, which one was still on the ceiling, by the way?
This one back here.
Oh, good. He's far from me. I'm sneaky. You guys deal with that.
All right, let's put ourselves in descending order, and let's get some less cheery music.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
What do you
wow.
say?
There's so many tracks going.
All right, Morgan, you are up.
Hey, that's me. These guys mean us ill. I assume I'm still hidden from them since I had like a 30-something.
Yeah, but you've moved since then.
Hey, bonus action. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
All right.
Or should I just? Well, no, that lets me move if I. Okay. Boop. 26 plus Dave's still concentrating, so it's 36.
Okay.
Okay. Now, assuming I'm hidden from them, I would like to attack. Let's go for the one by Pyre
All right.
with my force bow. Would I have advantage on this attack, assuming it doesn't see me?
Yeah. You
Okay.
are currently hidden from it.
Okay. Just mechanically, I want to make sure. Zoop, that's a 25. At this closest one here by Pyre.
That hits.
Nice. That's 8 force damage. Roll the 1 on that. However, I'm a very sneaky boy, and I would like to sneaky attack.
All right.
For 17 more damage. All right, still not ideal. So let's share a little bit. And I'm going to call in a Phantom Strike, and it's going to slap this one on the ceiling here. Phantom's going to pop out from the ceiling and stab this thing in one of its eyes and then disappear. That one takes 12 necrotic damage.
Oh. All right, and the one that takes the 12 necrotic, the one that's still on the ceiling?
Yep.
It's the only one of these 4 that's looking directly at you.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
As you moved and you were moving about the center here, you heard churning and swirling from over this direction, like something was moving below the water.
All right. Well, Morgan's not hidden right now, so he'll just say, "We got more company incoming. Deal with these fools quick." I will lay one face down card and end my turn.
Brynjar, it is your turn. You are currently covered in the sea fattiness of this translucent creature. This
Yeah, I don't like that.
gelatinous bulbous creature.
Something tells me I probably can't breathe in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and step out of that.
You're not. It's not suffocating you, but it's not pleasant.
It's uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
It's moist.
It's a gelatinous kind of moist.
Gross.
You know, like when you're getting leftovers at the fridge and you find like congealed fats.
Ugh.
It's kind of like that, except moving.
Okay. I'm trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll start dealing out some damage.
Yeah. Do you think, Brynjar? Fuck him up.
Oops, I rolled that at advantage for some reason. Let me fix that.
Well, you roll it pretty consistently.
Right.
It's fine. You're good. So 18. 18 does hit it, and you slice through it for 23 slashing damage.
Nice.
I want to try a trip attack. I don't know if it's going to work on this gelatinous, whatever the hell.
I'll give you a
but-
freebie. It looks the way that you just hit it. It looks.
Does it even have legs?
It has tentacles, but the way that like you kind of slice through its gelatinous body, you kind of get the feeling like its body. It's not. It's kind of a fluid mass almost. Kind of a fluid,
Okay.
almost like a fluid fatty mass.
Right. All right. Well, let's keep hacking away here.
All right. 16 does hit it. Another 25 points of damage.
You know what? Fuck this thing.
Another 12 points of damage. And this thing looks bad. Like large clumps of its translucent, fatty form are starting to fall down to the ground now in thick, wet clumps.
He's just
Beautiful.
so good.
All right. 22
That's
hits.
Wait,
Huh?
is that? Did I roll a 2 on my damage die there?
You
don't think
rolled.
so.
No, yeah, you did. You rolled a 2 and a 6.
Well, I can re-roll 2s, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that. How do I re-roll just the damage?
/R space. And then you're just re-rolling that one dice, right?
Correct.
You can just click on the
It's
halberd
just-
attack again.
It's a 1d6. So, /R space 1d6.
Did I get did I? Wait.
I'm going to put it in quotes so that it doesn't actually do it.
I know how to roll a d6. It's
Wait,
just
what?
that
Yeah, why is your halberd a d6?
It shouldn't be a D6.
Should be a D10, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, my bad. It's a D10. It's 1D10, not a D6.
Okay.
I was reading that wrong.
I think it's set up so it already did it for you.
I rolled
Oh,
a
there
2
you go.
again, anyways.
All right, so 24 points of damage. Brynjar, how do you kill this thing?
Hey.
Let's say that instead of me like moving out, I literally just like hacked my way out from inside of it. And it died upon my birth, I guess.
Ugh. Okay.
And since I reduced him to 0, I get a free attack on this guy right here.
All right.
Spread the love.
20
you know
hits.
what? I think I will.
Oh.
Minus 16. How many times can you do that?
It's like
10
12.
times 10 times in a 24-hour period, and it refreshes at dawn, I think.
All right.
Oof. 10 uses. That's sick.
All right. Very good. Does that end your turn?
I am going to actually move. Let's see. I'm going to start moving this way. Can I move that way, or is that like a difference in like terrain there? Right here.
You're just going down steps into some kind of a big bunch of water plants. It's more like you're like, just kind of trudging through a bunch of water plants that,
Okay.
from where you are, probably at the back end of the kiddie pool there. It's probably not down to your chest. It's probably more like probably about 2 feet.
Well, because I'm wanting to move across this.
Yeah,
like,
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
platform. Okay.
You're all right.
And I'm going to move here
Okay.
because
Now-
I don't want Pyre to get flanked.
Well, keep in mind this thing's on the roof right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I have a
Yep.
feeling it's going to drop down.
Well,
Okay.
Maybe.
it might.
Okay.
All right. Is that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
Next up is Pyre. Pyre, you are currently covered by this thing's moistness. Part of you is
The
inside of it.
moisture, like this, I'm gonna move out because I don't like. And
When you move out of this thing, it's almost like stepping out of a gelatinous cube.
You.
I don't like it. I've only ever read about gelatinous cubes. I don't like. 22 to hit for 7.
So you smack into this thing, and it looks like your bludgeoning weapon kind of just passes right through it. It looks like it took some damage, but it just looks like maybe that's not as effective.
You gotta hit with slashing.
It's floppy. Okay.
Trying to figure out what is it that's okay.
Here, and then my turn.
All right. Next up is our translucent friends. This one, let's see. This one's going to move 30 feet towards Morgan, which it is. It's been tracking you, Morgan, since you attacked it, and since it watched you attack. The whole reason it's on the roof is because it saw you. And it's going to move here.
You're not on our layer, I don't think.
I know.
Well,
No,
they're
I'm
still
not.
lining it up.
Okay.
I was measuring in a sneaky fashion, making sure I
Okay.
had enough movement to get over here towards Morgan.
Sneaky, sneaky.
This thing is going to move over towards Wormkiller Dave.
Yep.
This thing is going to move towards Taj. It's going to move away from Pyre. Okay.
And technically me as well. I don't know. Hold on, let me check something real quick.
The javelin?
Well, I think
Okay,
if you
never
have
mind, my
Alarm
bonus-
Master and Sentinel, that's the magic
My-
combo.
Well, unfortunately, I used my bonus attack to hit this one.
But I think that's a reaction if we
Reaction.
make an
It's
opportunity.
a reaction.
Oh, so I can attack it. Okay.
So yeah, both
Mhm.
me and him are attacking. So boop.
All right, you hit Pyre again. Oh no, this time you're using a javelin.
Javelin.
All right, hang on here.
Something I've never used.
Okay, middle aged never.
Brynjar, you hit it.
So it's going
another-
nowhere, brother.
Another 25. It stays where it is.
See, I don't understand what my damage dies do.
I think you rolled a 1, so it re-rolled it, and you got a 7.
Yeah, I think that's,
it's
well,
baked
yeah,
in there.
I think it. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. 'Cause-
7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 26. Hang on here. 7, 8,
well, that's a 6.
10 plus 16. It's got the right formula. But
Yeah.
I think it had you roll a 1, then it saw that it was a 1 or a 2, and it re-rolled it, and it got a 7. That's how it looks to me.
Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
that means. Yeah, that's what that means.
I just see all the weird, like, I see the weird formula in it. threw me
Yeah, the
off.
weird grayed out 1, I think, is what that signifies. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
all right, so
Saves you the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Brynjar, as you hit out at it, it moves its translucent, blubbery tentacles out over towards Taj.
Great.
Ah, it's got reach.
$16, though, does not hit Taj.
Yeah, Taj's AC is about
Uh,
incredible.
The one to the left of me or the one next to Morgan?
This one.
It's the one next to Turret.
Lefty over
Okay,
here.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And a 17 misses you as well.
Big shield.
This one over
Yeah.
here is going to attack Wormkiller Dave twice.
Yes.
Fucking Worker Killer Dave has like 16 AC.
Yeah, exactly.
His armor is
yeah.
actually made of paper mache.
That hits.
That hit does hit. Yes.
And the second one
And that's a
misses.
miss. Okay.
We should have grabbed Aboleth Killer Dave.
So
Ah,
Wormkiller Dave takes 10 bludgeoning,
Okay.
and Wormkiller Dave needs to make a DC 20 strength saving throw.
Oh, okay. All right. DC 20 strength saving throw. Good thing I have this thing. Oh, that's a 21.
You are
Nice.
not knocked prone and move 10 feet in whatever direction the thrall chooses.
Okay. Wait a minute. All right.
Don't
Okay.
forget the 12 temp HP you got from Turret.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's it's going to subtract the 10 off of there. So that means I got 2 temp HP there. Perfect. All right.
All right. Next up, this thing on the roof with Morgan tries to attack Morgan twice.
It's coming to cuddle.
Not friendly. Can confirm.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
a
Cuddle.
crit. That's gonna hit. And the second one also hits.
Almost.
Wow,
Almost
19 and a 20. All right, let's have it.
So the first one's going to be 12 bludgeoning, and the second one's going to be 10 bludgeoning.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Well,
I take
now you
that's
have to roll a
2
DC.
saving throws.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're about to get yeeted across the room.
Probably.
Keep in mind, you're on the ceiling, too.
Yeah, there's water below me.
Yeah.
Where another monster is. Oh, nicely done.
Oh, my
Nope.
God.
I got hit twice.
So the first one, you're able to keep your balance up on the roof, but on the second one, that blubbery tentacle hits you with a little extra slime, makes you lose your footing, grabs you and throws you 10 feet over to here, and you are prone in the water.
Something
makes
tells me
sense.
you don't want to be in the water.
No.
Does being prone matter in the water?
No, you're you don't land on your feet. You land on your
That's fair.
back. If you want to get up and move around, you're gonna have to use. It's the same thing. You have to use half your movement to get up.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't he be? Aren't you submerged there, too? Because that water's 2 feet, right?
You would
At
be,
least?
you would be, but you are not grappled or restrained or anything. You can use
Uh,
half your movement.
That's right, the water's not that deep. Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, it's about 3.5 feet, but I mean.
So is that like 1d10 falling damage?
You are under the water. No. Don't worry about the falling damage. It was more like you got yeeted across.
Yeet?
You didn't just drop down directly.
Got it.
Guys, I'll tell you what damage you take.
That's fair.
Let me figure that one out. All right. So, yeah, Morgan, you're currently underwater. Okay? That's all. You're not drowning. You're just currently underwater. You're aware that you have landed in the water. You're not on your feet.
Noted.
And you hear something that sounds unwholesome in the water. Let me see if I can find a good sound effect to it. All right. I think that's all of them. All right, Taj, you are up.
I'm going to use my action, and I'm going to ball that fire.
Ball that fire.
Let me put it out. I'm just making sure that I subtract from my charges. 20-foot radius sphere. There we go.
You're gonna do the art one, the fireball.
Oh yeah, I will get that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I like to grab the ruler to make sure that I'm hitting exactly what I want, but you know.
Not hitting us.
Yes.
All right.
And then that is a DC 17 dex save with 25 fire. And then I'm going to use...
Well, hang on. Let me do the saving throws first.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
We're going to go left to right. Makes it. And makes it. All right. So they both...
Only 12 then.
Huh?
Only 12 then.
Yep.
Not so moist anymore.
They're
Crispy.
not resistant, right?
12 is enough to kill this one.
Yay!
Ooh.
That's what I like.
So this one kind of shrivels up as all of its precious bodily moisture is just sort of sapped away by the intense heat of the fireball.
Mm-hmm.
This one, however, was very moist. Has a little extra moisture it can afford to lose, and is still very much in the fight.
Do you like your aboleth thralls grilled or fried?
It smells a little bit like bacon.
A little bit. Tart's gonna throw out another protector. If you guys still have, everyone except Morgan gets 13 temp HP. You can
Add one.
Did you say everyone except Morgan?
Everyone
I'm too
except
far
Morgan.
away.
No one. Morgan's not close enough.
Oh, okay, well.
And I'll have
Okay.
Tart, roll a little bit out of the water.
That means that I have a total of 13 temporary hit points now, right? Not like 25 because I had 12 prior.
Yeah, because temp HP doesn't stack.
Okay.
Yep. And that's
All
it.
right.
End turn.
At the end of Taj's turn, you once again feel those same tentacle fingers seemingly inside your skulls, spreading out over your brains, except this time it feels like they squeeze.
Ow.
I need everyone to make a DC 20 wisdom saving throw.
No, that's not good.
Oh, yeah, I'm not great at those.
Oh, so wait, is there anything that I can add?
I'm gonna use my reaction to Flash of Genius Brynjar to give him +5.
Ah, thank you, sir.
All right, so that means that Taj and Mike
And me.
Mm-hmm.
and Morgan take 18 psychic damage.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. I've got that absorbing tattoo that has a resistance to psychic damage. I believe.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think you better game the shit out of that one and got it.
God, I'm
Just,
good.
I mean, well, okay.
Dirty
so
meta.
It was just slightly. So that would be what then? So the damage would have taken. We would have
Half.
taken them.
So do you have resistance? Does it give you
Well,
resistance?
see, the way the absorbing tattoo. Let me take a look here for a second.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
The absorbing
Start
tattoo.
by reading it. That'll help.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Because I just saw that on there, just this thing. Because I was just looking it up. So for the absorbing tattoo, let's see. So, let's see. Let me look at this. I'm just pulling it up here. Give me a moment. Okay, so damage resistance. While the tattoo's on your skin, you have resistance to type of damage associated with that color. So it was psychic.
Okay,
Let's see.
okay. Then you
and-
have, hang on, you have resistance to psychic damage.
Yes.
So that's half damage.
Mm-hmm. And one more thing. When I take damage of the chosen type, you can use my reaction to gain immunity against that instance of the damage, and regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken.
Okay. All right, then you would have taken 9 points. So you don't take any because on this instance, you used your reaction to take none.
Yes.
So you would have taken 9, so you get half that back. You heal half that amount back. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, that is. Yeah, you gain a number of hit points equal to half the damage. Yes, so that would take
Half the damage you would have taken
it would
then
base-
would be 4. Because you
Yes.
round down.
Yep.
So you get 4 hit points back.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
And I have immunity for the rest of the time. Oh, against that instance. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
so
get it
everything
on
else-
that
Yeah.
one.
Everything
Yeah.
else is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. Morgan, how are you feeling down there?
I'm all right. Been better. Been worse.
All right. So that's the end of Taj's turn. Next up is Wormkiller Dave.
And Wormkiller Dave, after that happened, he's like, "Oh, this is worse than that night I spent in Magiskar." So he's going to take out his hand axes and start hacking away at this thing. So let's take a look here. Let's see what we got. So first attack with the hand axe. Ignore that -3. So that's 23.
23 hits.
Okay, so that's 8. Ignore that top part of the sharpshooter. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time. That's a 17.
That hits.
Okay, and then that's going to be a 4.
All right. Very good. Does that end your
And
turn?
After that, that ends my turn. Yep.
All right. We're at the start now of round 2. Let me see. At the end of Wormkiller Dave's turn, Morgan,
Yeah, that's me.
you feel something heavy and long moving rapidly through the water.
Probably like a dolphin.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Dolphin for sure.
13 does not hit you. So as you're laying there and you're underwater, you realize that something trunk-like and huge moves in your direction. It winds up missing you and smacking into the side of this column.
Ooh, scary.
All right. Next up is Morgan. Would you like to spend half of your movement to get up?
That sounds like a pretty good deal. This guy's up on the roof, right? So I don't gotta worry about.
He is up on the roof looking down at you.
All right, so I'll go 5, 10, 15.
Well, now while you're moving through the water up here,
Right.
remember it's very deep. It's up to your chest. It's going to be difficult terrain.
So I was here. Can I move up onto here?
I mean, you can use your spider climb to crawl up there if you want to.
Would that save me some movement? Because I got 15.
It's
So
still
if I move up,
it's still going to be difficult terrain to get out of the water and up on top of it. But you
so this
can
gives me 5. Okay.
you can definitely climb out of there if you want to.
All right. And we'll go 5. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to dash then with my cunning action. I can go back down here, and that's another 10. And I think that's about as far as I can go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to shoot this guy over here. By Dave.
Okay.
Pew. No.
13 does hit it.
Oh, wow. These guys suck. That's 11 force damage. I would like to sneak attack since I have Dave nearby.
All right.
Nearby him, I should say.
Yep.
20 additional.
is enough to kill it. How do you
wow.
how do you kill this thing down here? These things were kind of meant to be like herders. That's why remember like Worm Cradle Dave had to do that strength saving throw to avoid being moved.
Getting yeeted into the water. Yeah.
Yeah. And Morgan actually did get yeeted.
Yeah.
So
I have been yoked. All right. Yeah, I will put a force bolt right through one of its 3 eyes. It flops over, no longer living, but that's not all. I would like to use one of my soul gems. I've got a couple, so I will use another charge of Phantom Strike on the last remaining one, because I think they're within 30 feet.
Okay.
Yep. So that one on the ceiling will take 13 necrotic damage.
Jesus, okay.
I mean, it's not Brynjar level damage, but yeah, it's not bad, I guess.
Well, I mean, we can't all be Brynjar.
We can't all be Brynjar. I will end my turn.
The goat.
The goat,
All right.
yeah.
Next up is Brynjar.
Alrighty. So this is the last one that's alive, right? And he's still up on the ceiling, isn't he?
He is up on the ceiling. He is dancing on the ceiling. Oh,
Okay.
what a feeling to be dancing on the ceiling.
And I guess he will, because I can't reach him with my halberd.
Well, actually, let me see. You're 5 feet, like down there where you are. Your halberd will reach 10 feet. This ceiling is 15 feet tall, so that should mean that he is within reach of your halberd.
I think my halberd only has 5 feet.
5 extra feet.
Now your halberd is
Extra feet.
your halberd is a pole arm. It has a reach of 10 feet.
Oh, that. Come here, motherfucker. All right. So, go ahead. Let's get him off that ceiling.
I feel like this is the equivalent of like swatting a spider on the ceiling with a broom. Just like get down from there. Get.
I think you are right. So, see, I rolled a 1, so it re-rolled the damage die, and I rolled another 1. So,
See, that works,
Yeah.
I guess.
So you shouldn't have
Mhm.
rolled that other one earlier.
Well, I think he still got
That
worse
is-
than what it rolled for him. So
I rolled the same exact thing. I rolled
You
it.
cheating son of a bitch! No, I'm kidding.
I know. How dare I roll that die again? Okay. So that was 19 points of damage. Go again. Another 19 points. Is that get back? I'm glad I'm getting that out of my system there.
it's all good.
Yeah.
That is enough to
Yeah.
kill it.
Sploof.
So your halberd crashes through it, and its form kind of falls apart into blubbery goo and lands all over Morgan.
All right.
Oh, by the way, did I since I just remembered since I did get hit that last time, I should roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, for your
you know,
pass without
in
trace.
order to keep pass without trace out. Yeah. So let me do.
Yeah,
that real
but
quick.
you didn't take any damage.
He took the thing hit him earlier.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Oh,
was
yeah.
thinking
he
it's
did
swatting
Oh
hit
no,
earlier.
it did hit him. It did hit him earlier. That's
He just
right.
healed up.
I forgot how much damage that
Yeah.
was. That would be a DC
Yeah.
10. You're fine. You're fine.
I would like to, if this thing has a soul, I would like to borrow it.
Didn't you? Oh yeah, no, you've already had your other turn. Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
You capture its soul, so to
Little
speak,
piece of it.
or what used to be its soul.
Still good.
Brynjar, is
Slightly
that
used.
Brynard, is that in your turn?
How much? I can't remember how much I moved. Okay, I think I moved 30 feet. Yeah, so I am good right there.
All right.
Into
Next up is Pyre.
There's no enemies I can see, so I'm just gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 move there. And hold an action, I guess, to throw a javelin. Ow! I got 2 of them.
Who are you throwing it at?
Holding an action.
Oh, okay. What is your trigger?
If a monster comes out of the water.
If a monster.
When an enemy appears.
When an enemy appears.
Hang on here. All right, you are holding your action. Let me see. Do what?
For like 2 seconds, and I panicked.
Oh no.
What happened? Are we all dying?
Not yet.
So at the end of your turn, Morgan, you are suddenly aware of the water churning and coming to life
Oh,
down here.
I would rather not be.
And you sense something very large moving. And as it gets up over in this direction, it actually comes up out of the water now.
Ooh, big.
Oh, oh, that's not where I expected to be.
Hello.
That's okay. That's exactly where I wanted him.
Hey, I guess I'll throw a javelin.
Good timing on that.
Oh, whack.
All right, let me see what he wants to do.
He would like to rethink his evil ways and devote his life.
Lord knows
Being
you
a
got to
hibachi chef.
change, baby. Now let's see. I think it's going to look at you, Brynjar.
Bring it.
It likes the cut of your jib. Give me a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great. Nice. Nailed it.
Brynjar, you feel this thing's influence wash over your mind. In that same sense you felt before of hopelessness and servitude, it creeps into your thoughts once more, except this time, it wholly takes you over.
Oh no!
Y'all better run.
The final boss was the friends we made along the way.
Hold on. I have Indomitable. I can try and use that.
How is
Hold
This
on.
would be a good opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, but I
tough
still have
save,
to
though.
roll.
Yeah, you
I'll
do.
use it. I'll use it. See what happens.
I believe in you.
Come on.
Fuck.
Nice.
Nope.
Yes.
It's worse.
Yes, very good. All right, Brynjar, you are living a special kind of hell right now. In that suddenly you realize that you're moving, your head is moving, you're looking at things, but it is not your will making it so.
Okay. Jesus, take
That's
the wheel.
not good.
Taj, you're up.
Am I able to tell if a dispel magic would be able to help Brynjar, or am I unaware of what Brynjar's, current mental status is at this moment?
Actually, that's a good question. Let me read.
His eyes glow red.
Probably is a no. Dispel magic usually is very spelly.
Now that, yeah, because this isn't technically a spell, it's just a spell-like effect.
Usually
No.
it says if the spell magic would work.
Yeah. Normally it'll
Well,
say
you're-
like lesser
good at-
restoration or
You're
something.
good at dodging stuff, right?
Who?
What was that?
Okay. Well, hold on. Before I even say that, does Brynjar start acting different right now?
If you would like to use your action to make an insight check, you may.
No, I'm not gonna do that. So okay. Well, then let's lock this guy down.
Did we see
He's in the water.
monster do anything?
No, you just saw the monster come up, surface, probably about 75% out of the water. Its lower jaw probably still is down in the water, and then you saw it look at Brynjar, but it was looking over in that direction.
Okay. Not a lot to go on. All right, Taj, you're up.
Well, let's lock this guy down.
Did he take my 14 damage?
Your 14 damage.
Remember
She
I
threw a
said I was gonna
javelin.
throw the
Oh, I'm
javelin?
sorry. I was distracted. Pardon me. Yeah, your javelin sticks in the side of him for 14 damage.
First
Okay.
blood.
I am going to let's lock this guy down. I'm gonna cast web, the last second level slot. To oops. There we go. Right on top of the aboleth. So it sticks to like the ceiling as it kind of tries to catch onto him. It is a dexterity saving throw for restrain.
Isn't that gonna hit Morgan too?
Nope, I just put it to over here.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
Morgan is immune to web anyway.
Yeah, he is.
All
Because you're a
My
thing,
cloak.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the thing.
That's fucking good.
All right. So dexterity 9.
That's not a lot of dexterity.
It's not. Looking for a 17. Nailed it.
Right,
Not
got it.
not affected by the webs.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
I think you are rolling on the GM later, but obviously we'll take you at your word.
Or no, he got a 25. Here, I will even.
That's
Oh,
all
he's
good,
got a
George.
+9, not a 9.
No,
Oh, yeah, that's very different.
I've been called out.
I more figured that he had a -1 to his dex saves.
Yeah.
There, I put it in.
25, yep. Can't confirm. Aboleth scary.
All right, cool. All right, is Wormkiller, Dave, Taj, Pyre, and Brynjar still at good temp HP?
Yeah, I don't think we lost any of the temp HP.
Oh, I lost some, so I will fire it off again.
Nice.
Keep my 13.
So everyone except Morgan gains 11 unless they have 13.
Oh, including the aboleth. Okay, hang on.
It's
No.
too far, I think. He's too far.
Aboleth didn't want to get webbed, so now he's not getting any temp HP. You gotta finish your veggies first. Finish your webs before you finish your areas. And that's it. End turn. Well, at the very least, it is difficult terrain where he's at right now. It's all sticky, unless he goes under the water, I guess.
Let me see here.
Well, it's 20 feet, and then, going down.
Aren't your webs concentration or no?
Yes, it is.
Web is concentration. So we have webby water.
At the end of your turn, Taj,
Yes.
a massive, thick, trunk-like tentacle comes up out of the water and comes down in your direction.
God.
31 hits, I think.
It does.
You take a total of 31 bludgeoning,
Ow.
Jesus.
and I need you to make a DC 20 strength saving throw.
All right. Well, let me just take the temp HP off. And then I take 20, so that puts me down to 34. Let's do the con save for number. We're still good. Strength save for the push or prone. I fail. I'm going to use my reaction because I didn't have anything happen since. Where is it? So I've been hit by a melee attack. That means I'm going to use my reaction to push the attacker 15 feet away.
All right. So you push him
How
5,
does it feel?
10, 15. Feels great.
So I get knocked prone, or am I like knocked back?
Well, you failed the save, so you are knocked prone. So you knocked him back?
Yes.
All right, you are pulled back with him.
Oh,
Ooh.
not. Oh, it's not a
You're
forced
grappled.
movement thing.
Yeah, because you are grappled and restrained.
Oh, okay.
Oh god. Oh no.
Okay.
Whoop! Your plan worked a little too well there, Josh.
Yeah, typically that forced movement beats grapple, but it's fine. All good. I'm stuck.
I think because he's so much bigger than you, he can just bring you.
Mm-hmm.
So, next up is Wormkiller Dave. So you guys see Taj get pulled. He knocks his thing back when it hits him, or his shield does. Does it look like your shield does?
Yes.
And then he's like, "Ha ha! Whoa!" as he gets pulled alongside this thing
Right.
because that's still got his tentacle around him. All right, that'll be the end of Taj's
Okay.
turn. Wormkiller Dave is up next.
Okay, and I've got a totally clear shot from where I'm standing, I assume.
Yeah, you can see it from where you
So,
are. It has not gone back down underneath the
Perfect.
water.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. So let's actually improve the odds here. So I'm going to use one instance of Nature's Veil, so I turn invisible.
Whoosh.
And then what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and with it. So I'll go ahead then, and I take it. Would that give me advantage at this point
It cannot see
on the
you.
attack? Right.
So yeah, you would have advantage.
Okay. All right. So then I'll go ahead and use my longbow, and let's see. So for the first attack, pew.
All right.
That would be a
That hits.
29. Okay. And that gives me a nice 21 points of damage on top of that. Oh, and before I forget, I'm also going to use Hunter's Prey on top of that. No, excuse me, Colossus Slayer. Excuse me, on top of that one, since it is slightly damaged, so it does an extra 5. Let's see here. What else do I got to do? Oh, and I think I can do Favored Foe on top of that one as well. So that's going to let's use one instance of that. And that's going to give me a C. I believe that is another extra 1. Oh, no, actually. Yeah, another extra 1d6 on top of that. So, slash roll 1d6. Oops. Oh, excuse me. Oh, come on.
Slash R.
Slash R 1d6. There we go. With an extra 5 points.
Nice.
And then my second shot will be this.
Ooh, good.
It's gonna be. Yep. And then we'll go ahead and roll that one. So that's another 20 points of damage on top of all that too.
Okay.
And then. And because I'll just continue being sneaky, I will go ahead and 5, 10, 15. Still got probably a good shot from where I'm standing right here, or is there that corner's in the way? I don't know. But
From where you are, you should
Double
be,
in my
you should be able to see him. Yeah.
oh, okay, all right. That's double.
But you're
in my
no
turn.
longer invisible, are you?
No, the invisibility ends on the beginning of my next turn.
Okay.
Which is when my turn starts, then I'll no longer be invisible.
All right. Very good. At the end of your turn, Taj.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you say as I said Taj?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why did you? Why did you?
He's being an active listener. George.
Mike is suddenly Taj now.
Yeah.
Okay. So Taj,
Every single time it's someone's turn.
you feel yourself get pulled toward this creature in the water,
Oh, great.
towards its gaping maw.
All right, good. You can give me a sneak attack on it now.
You see, as you're pulled through the water, through this gross, murky, brackish water, its jaws moving up and down in a clamping action. You take
Almost like it's saying,
You take 45 piercing damage.
Oh,
what is it?
goodness.
Gosh.
No, wait, the attack roll.
No, there's no attack roll. You just take 45 points of damage.
Ow.
Oh, okay. I'm down.
So yeah,
Just
you
a
guys,
1-2 punch.
you guys watch as Taj gets pulled underneath the water towards this thing, and you see this thing's jaws like chomp down, and you see blood now in the water.
Shit, that's not good.
Well, there goes our spellcaster.
And then you see Taj's body kind of float towards the surface.
All right, well, this web is gone.
We will pick up at the start of round 3, but this is where we're going to end our session.
Oh.
I think it's a good 10 spot to end our session.
That's a good place to start.
Yep,
isn't it?
Taj
Yeah.
is down.
Yep.
Brynjar's against us.
Oh
not
yeah,
looking
wait,
well.
wait till that happens. Or wait
I'll
till
go make it there.
that's gonna be fun. Pyre's gonna get a big face full of that. Hopefully, you have a cleric left to help Taj.
Yeah, this is not ideal. Especially since Brynjar can stop Pyre from moving.
Yeah, so I kind of super tuned this aboleth.
Yeah.
Just so it wouldn't
He hurts.
just so it wouldn't be a cakewalk for you guys.
Good job.
Oh no.
I wanted it to be a little challenging.
I mean, as soon
yeah.
like a month ago when we were talking about the fact that we were the potential of fighting one of these, like any battle of willpower for a fighter is like that is my worst enemy. So
I figured it would either be you or he'd probably either target you or me because Morgan can pretty much hit without being able to be retaliated against. But you is actually way worse now that I think about it because you're in the middle of our party and you do hit like a Mack truck. So
yeah, it's not going to be good for you.
Yeah, when it comes to
we don't even know that you're got yet.
Brynjar and
Nope.
willpower, this thing is like a big bucket of KFC original recipe.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And we're about to be extra crispy.
Oh, while Taj is floating in the water, bleeding out.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Yeah, our spellcaster who could probably do something. Well,
The good news
wait, we got
is
some of us got spells.
the good news is that the damage you guys have done, it was not entirely all wiped out by that use of feast.
Ooh.
Because
So it gains health back as well, huh?
Yeah, he healed 45 back.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
Yes, I know, right? I love this guy.
Okay.
I'm happy for him. He's living his best life.
All right.
For
Well,
Tuesday
we will pick up there next week. I'm sure Taj will be fine. I'm sure you guys will find a way to save Taj, and maybe find a way to incapacitate Brynjar.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
Join us next week for what could be our last episode of Campaign 3.
I think. Let me see. Hang on here. Yeah, anytime Brynjar takes damage, he gets to repeat the saving throw.
Which is good,
okay.
but we don't know he's got yet, so we can't just start swinging.
No.
on him.
That's
not
true. I
right.
mean, you'll know when he slices through Pyre like butter, but
Yeah, but it might be
Yeah,
too late
yeah,
by then.
yeah.
poor Pyre. Poor Kelsey.
Sorry, Pyre.
It's okay.
All right.
The next character is going to be even
George
cooler.
isn't.
What? What'd you say?
Brynjar, sorry. George is not.
Oh no, I
He's
love
going to find Gritjoy. And what's about to happen?
Well, honestly, you guys will probably be fine. You guys will
Probably.
find a way to pull this out and save everybody at the same time. But
Probably.
in the meantime, I'm going to try to make it as
Yeah.
hairy as possible.
All right.
That's my job.
Good job. I think
Yeah.
mission accomplished there.
Hey, Brynjar, turn.
Try like 70.
Right, I think Brynjar can action surge take down anyone in our party in one turn.
Oh yeah, he could.
Hands down.
Especially because I've been saving everything,
Yep.
and then
I'm sure the Aboleth is glad for that. Like, ooh, this guy's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
What are his moves? He's like he's playing an RTS, and he just like took control, and he's like, what does this unit do?
All right, we will see you guys next week then. Say goodbye to everybody in chat or anybody who's going to watch this later on YouTube.
Goodbye, chat and or the
Goodbye.
future.
And we'll see y'all in a week.
Adios.